Welcome to Serving Locally with me, your host, Michelle Dinas, a podcast where we spotlight service in the Longmont and surrounding communities. All right, let's connect. Hi, welcome to today's episode of Serving Locally. Today we have Haley and Jen from the Plum Center for Young Children and Families. And this organization is really near and dear to my heart because my kids grew up in this program. My daughter was 3 months old, I believe, when we started, so that would make Chase. He was 2, and they were both in it until they went off to kindergarten. And I love this organization and what you guys do. So we'll get started with who are you, and we can go one at a time. Who are you, Haley, and what is Wild Plum, and just a quick little overview.
Sure. My name's Haley Bishop. I have been with Wild Plum for about 1.5 years now, and I am the project development director. So I do all of our social media, marketing, outreach, the community events within Longmont, which are super fun and one of the best things that we get to do, to be out in the community. And then our mobile classroom is an up-and-coming project that falls under me. I just kind of do all of the projects and the management of it all, and it's super fun.
Awesome. So we'll go to Jen. Quick little overview about who you are.
Sure. I joined Wild Plum in June, at the end of June, so this is still kind of all fresh and a big learning curve. I'm not from Longmont, and I serve as the Chief Development Officer there, and really concentrating on how to raise the money around the programs and services that we need.
So Jen, just in a quick overview, give us a little bit of background about Wild Plum.
Yes. Wild Plum is 55 years old, and it is all about early childhood education and development. Currently, we have 4 operating centers throughout Longmont that are all very close and serve about 270 children at the moment, about 170 families. Mm-hmm. So our target market are those families in need of early education for their children and preschool programming. I think a lot of times Wild Plum is seen as a child care provider, and that isn't the case, as you know. It is very much the Head Start and Early Head Start programming, along with all the other facets of early childhood education.
What is your focus at Wild Plum?
It is early childhood education in every aspect of that phrase. We really look at the whole family approach and the general lifelong learning. We promote self-sufficiency with our families so that by the time they leave us, they feel like they can enter the school district and feel prepared for their children to enter kindergarten. For many of our families, it's the first time they're entering that world. Mm-hmm. So we want them to be self-sufficient as a family as their children are growing up, and we're setting them up for success for that. And we want to strengthen our community, which means strengthening our families, because everybody in our program is a valued member of our community. So.
I think that's one of my favorite things about the program is that not only did the kids get education, I got education.
Absolutely.
I got to learn. I got my CPR certification there for the first time. We did budgeting and financial workshops with the bank that came in or whatever, so we got to learn about that kind of thing. Just where to take the kids for medical appointments, dentist appointments.
Yep.
Other, how to take them to the library and do stuff like that. Just connecting them with a lot of other things in the community, but not just for the kids. It was very much for the whole family.
Yeah.
The family events is not just take your kid, drop them off, or you just stand and watch. You are active in everything that they're doing, making cookies and decorating them. Or do you guys still do the morning things? Like on Wednesdays or whatever?
Not consistently.
Okay,
we have,
yeah.
I think COVID threw a lot of that off.
Yeah. Everything that I've done is like...
It's pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Legit 10 years ago. So.
Yeah, COVID threw a lot of that off. But we do love inviting the families in to the classroom setting because that's where their children are spending most of their time. So inviting the parents in to be a part of that is a huge part of the educational aspect of it, for sure.
Yeah. So educating the whole and not just, oh, it's just
Precisely
wonderful.
that.
Just
Yeah.
wonderful. So who are you trying to reach with Wild Plum Center?
Low-income families in Longmont, essentially, in a nutshell. We serve children ages 0 to 5, but that also includes expecting families and pregnant mothers through our home-based program. And then once the child is old enough to be in our center-based program, that's the next step for them. And we serve families in the St. Vrain Valley School District portion of Boulder and Weld counties.
What makes the work of Wild Plum different than other similar serving organizations?
So much, because we have so much to offer. I think something that's special that we offer is our home-based program. So for expecting mothers and children ages 0 to 2, we have family mentors that will go into the home and, again, work with the entire family as a unit while they're working with the kids, giving some educational aspects, activities that they can do as a family when the family mentor isn't in their home. So that's a continuing education with them. And then introducing them to what a center-based program and what a classroom looks like. For early Head Start, also serving infants and toddlers ages 0 to 2, and then they can move right into our preschool Head Start programs, which are truly classroom settings,
Yes.
And with mostly bilingual staff in every room, which I think is a really cool aspect. Both of our programs work with the family as a whole, and we take that generational approach. We consider the parents to be the first, the best, and the most important educators in their child's life. So having them involved in every aspect that we can is really important. And then our families in both the center-based and the home-based programs work really closely with either the family mentor that's coming into their home or the family specialist that is assigned to them at their center. They set family goals. They look at what your strengths are as a family. What can we improve on? What do you want to learn more about? What do you feel like is something out of your world right now that you are going to need to know as your children get older? So we look at all of that and work with them as a family so that they feel like they can be self-sufficient once their child is out of our program. And by working with the family unit, we're not just focusing on the education that takes place in a classroom. It opens the doors and gives more equitable education opportunities for them as they get older.
Yeah, it was just fantastic for us. I loved it. I loved every second of it. And I always felt welcome in the classroom.
Oh, good.
Felt welcome every time I walked into any of the centers. I was always welcome. And, everybody was super helpful. And it was just, anything you needed, they were just ready to help. So
We want you there.
Yeah, exactly.
If I could add, one of the things that kind of blew my mind when I first joined Wild Plum was to learn that if you place your child at one of the centers, say they're 8 months old, that the teachers move with them throughout their program and their stay when they can, when it's most efficient and effective. And that to me says that teacher is like a member of your family. You know, if that child is having the same teacher at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 before they head to kindergarten, that's pretty powerful, I think. So
No, that's awesome.
another element I think that Wild Plum brings that other organizations that do early childhood education don't. So
They get that relationship with the kid and with the family.
Yeah.
And they get to know, okay, just as much as, since I homeschool my kids now, I know where they're struggling. I know
Right.
where they need, where they're excelling at and where I can feed them more. So that's awesome.
yeah, and just a deep relationship, I think, is possible at Wild Plum, where at other providers that's not the case. You have your 9 months, and then the kid progresses to the next level and has a new set of teachers or care providers. So,
What are your guys' greatest needs?
like every nonprofit in the country, and certainly Longmont, it's revenue, it's resources.
Yeah.
We have about a $5.5 million budget. We do receive federal and state and local government funding, but that only kind of scratches the surface as far as the expenses that are involved with serving the 270 children and 170 families. So we have a staff of 75. So we have been kind of not pushing community involvement and engagement. And while, of course, my job and my responsibility is to go find the actual dollars. There's so many other ways that the community can support Wild Plum, and that's kind of what we're here to talk about. Is a couple of the initiatives that we're rolling out in 2024, so that people that want to support Wild Plum, they don't have to get out their checkbook necessarily, and we'll talk about the ways that they can engage with us. But we have a very small donor pool. It's a very intimate group of supporters. It's been around for maybe 10 years or more, and we don't receive major donations. So this is something that we're looking to be intentional about, creating relationships with the business community, getting them involved in some of the events and activities that we want to hold, and just cast a wider net in the community, hoping that I feel like Wild Plum's a bit of a secret in some pockets of this community. And so we're trying to put a lot of energy into awareness, and we're doing that through some of the initiatives that we're gonna talk about.
Awesome.
We
so much, huh?
We are revamping the volunteer program because, again, COVID really put a halt to all in-person involvement outside of the staff that are there. So it's being revamped. The places where we could use volunteer support the most is through diaper drives and milk drives, and also just if you would like to be involved in the community, being involved on a committee, or the policy council was a great way for parents that are in the program to be involved and donate some of their time to better the program and have some input from the parents that we're serving. So there are ways to be involved, but the most direct way to make an impact on Wild Plum right now is just through our diaper drives, donating diapers and wipes. We go through 200 diapers a day across our 4 sites, and you can imagine a pack of diapers is not cheap. And
so the families don't have to supply their diapers.
Not while they're in our care.
When they're in your care.
Yeah, we provide all of the diapers, all of the wipes while they're with us, as well as the meals.
I was just going to say, and
the
food
milk.
too.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
Milk.
Yeah, so that's 1,000 diapers a week.
Yeah.
At a minimum, probably $20 per pack of diapers and or wipes. So donating diapers and wipes is a great way to just directly impact the children that we're serving every single day. And then we're looking forward to, in the spring, starting a milk drive or a Breakfast Buddies program. So we'll be rolling that out, and that would be another great way to make a direct impact that's not getting out your checkbook.
Yeah, that's great. Do you have any events coming up?
We do, and we're really excited about it. We are going to hold a cornhole tournament on October 5th. It's a Saturday at the Wild Cidery in Firestone, and it's our first annual. We're going to look to do this every year and build it. We're calling it a tournament, but it's not quite what the professional cornholers would consider a tournament. We're not going to have cash prizes, but we'll do other things and some other prizes, new cornhole boards and accessories and those sorts of things. So we're really excited about it, and we're hoping that we can have maybe 200 people come out. We're going to have some food trucks. Haley can share some of the other plans and the details on that.
Yeah, we are hoping to get up to 3 food trucks that are local. We want to serve the local community. Yes. Obviously, that's who our outreach is to. Yeah, and 200 people at least. I think if we can have more, that would be great. Jen and I are the ambassadors for cornhole in the state of Colorado. We're the only 2.
There's an American Cornhole Association, and when we reached out, we were asking them for information, and then they added our names, and we're the only 2 listed under the state of Colorado.
Well, there you go.
So we're the real deal now. But we're just looking to have a lot to fun with this. It's not going to be a tournament in the structured sense of the word. It can be very competitive, and I'm all about that, but it's to have a good time and bring the community together to support Wild Plum.
No, I'm very excited because I hope I can join you on
that. We would love to have you.
That'd be amazing. I love those types of things.
Good.
How can people contact and find out more about Wild Plum? They were the very first ones on my partnership thing because I joined them last year. My very first event as Mrs. Longmont was to go to Unity and Community with Wild Plum. So you guys are the very first things that I've ever done with this whole thing. And my thought process actually to do this podcast was that I didn't have any resources And then through some very strange things because of my health issues, I got connected with Wild Plum. And they connected me with home nurse partnership and community infant program and stuff like that. So it was like, and it was built and stuff. And but I noticed that they didn't have their own ways to like reach out to other places. So I was like, I want to be able to connect like all these little hubs of, things to each other. So that was my whole, that's it was born from my service with Wild Plum. And then I was working with Sally Wartsbauer that used to be there. And she just really pushed me to be involved with the community and be on policy council, be on the committees. And I just really wanted to be like Sally because she was just helping everybody. And she was just so positive. And she just made such a difference in everybody's lives that she touched. So I wanted to be like Sally, and she's a big reason why I wanted to do this podcast. So I really appreciate you guys coming on and keep doing what you guys do, just because it is near and dear to my heart. But anyways, to get a hold of Wild Plum, they're on the QR code. They're in my link tree. I share all their stuff all the time. But go ahead and talk about how to contact you guys.
Yeah, we have both an Instagram and a Facebook page. Both of them are just at Wild Plum Center. My name is Haley, so you can reach me at haleyb@wildplumcenter.com. .org, sorry, that's my email address. I don't have a direct line right now, so email is the best way to get a hold of us. And then we have a general, just info@wildplumcenter.org. And that will go to whoever is the most appropriate person to get a hold of. So either of those are great, or reaching out on social media. I monitor those very closely, so that's also a great way.
Awesome. So is there anything else you would just like to talk about, to add, maybe that I forgot, or that you just feel passionate about talking about? Like I said, this is just a space for you guys to talk about what your passion is. So I'd like to just let you have the floor.
Thank you. We are passionate about all things early childhood education. So we are actually open for enrollment for the next school year, 2024 to 2025, which is insane that that's happening so quickly. But we are open. Our home-based program has quite a few spots open for expecting mothers and ages 0 to 2. And then our preschool enrollment is also open. So you just have to go to our website, click on the enrollment tab, fill out an interest form, and somebody from Wild Plum will reach out to you super fast, because we want you to be enrolled.
And it is easy. And being a mom that went through both the home base and the center base, it was amazing. The memories that I have and how I could better my kids' lives and what I could do better, or just reemphasize, you're doing great here, is so good to hear. When you're struggling with 2 little ones at home, and you're low income, and you're, having health issues, like all these things, to have somebody come in and just kind of play with you and the kids, and you're learning how to just do things in a little bit better way or different. And they're never judgmental. They're never, she became like a sister. Her name was Jess, and she's not there anymore, but she was one of the, she was awesome. And and then, is Miss Jenny still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Miss Jenny just celebrated her 50th year with
Wild.
Plum.
It's amazing. So the opportunities with this program go way, just more than just dropping your kid off for a couple hours.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not a daycare. It is a family. Oh, it's just amazing. It's just
Great.
beautiful.
Well, we appreciate that, Michelle.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. So anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Thanks for having us. We
Yeah.
appreciate the time to get in front of your audience,
Absolutely.
and you're sharing Wild Plum with them. Very grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thanks you guys so much for taking the time and being here and sharing anything, and connect with them. You got little kids. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's fantastic.
Let's do it.
And we'll see you guys in October.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to my guests, my listeners, and my supporters. Serving together, we can strengthen our community. Please like and subscribe. Do all those other things. You got to do them, because that's the easiest way that you can serve right now. All right, now go. Connect with others and be a blessing.